Hello lovelies, I am the Fragnostic, and tonight on The Holy Truth we're journeying into The Glow, a single player survival game with roguelike elements. Take control over one of the 6 characters, explore a semi-randomly generated world, and try to survive without losing your sanity in the process. Almost as if by the sheerest of fates, I'm playing The Glow while wearing my glow-in-the-dark Ghostbusters boxer shorts, which are both an excellent way to repel many sexual encounters in their early stages, and also to spook horse riders on lonely country lanes. If you'd like your own pair of phosphorescent pantaloons, they're sold in many major stores by cashiers that will judge you while you mumble lies about your cousin's birthday, but it's well worth the trade-off of going to take a leak in the middle of the night feeling like a member of the fucking X-Men. The Glow takes on the look and feel of a merciless 16-bit RPG set in a post-disaster world where a series of earthquakes have torn at the earth like an unruly dog at a trouser leg. Society has broken down into aggressive gangs of shotgun-wielding bandits and passive-aggressive gangs of cowards that will attempt to trade you their goods for the food you just stole out of their fridge. The only common factor that seems to unite everybody is an affliction of hallucinogenic madness that comes knocking if you're caught without your pills, ushering in a parade of brutal tentacle beasts to haunt your every waking step. The gameplay is divided into 6 scenarios with objectives that vary between map exploration and murder quotas, with the ultimate goal set as a raid to destroy Prometheus, the origin of this contagious batshittery. To this end you can choose from 6 different characters, most of whom you'll need to unlock as you go, who come with their own personal benefits, as well as the chance to increase their stats as you see fit before each mission. A couple of them are utterly fucking useless, like Mike, whose generous health exists to badly compensate for the fact that he can't fight for shit. He's got increased melee resistance, which in this game is about as relevant as having increased giraffe riding abilities, thanks to practically every enemy you meet wielding high-powered hunting rifles or combat shotguns. Natalie can see ghosts. Guess how many fights that wins you? The Glow's combat system is unyieldingly brutal, with a learning curve that begins and ends with your inescapable death. Unless you initiate hostilities with the A key, which you're free to do at any point with anyone, the enemy strikes first. The first 2 rounds of combat are ranged rounds, meaning that your opponents are free to blast you with their rifles, shotguns or pistols for insane and often lethal amounts of damage. Should you survive this initial onslaught, you have the chance to return fire. Problem there is it can take forever to find a firearm of any kind in this game, due in part to its semi-randomization, so instead you get the option to throw rocks, which always miss, except when they don't and you just wish they did instead. Once your enemies get up close, you can finally use your melee weapons, but you'll be on death's door by that point, so short of maybe taking one of them with you to the grave via a lucky critical strike, your impact on their inevitable victory amounts to nothing. There are a few perfunctory items you can find to assist you. The grenade will deal explosive death to anything that looks at it, and the smoke bomb will give you some minor protection, but these items can, like anything of any serious worth in The Glow, be difficult to come across. Part of the problem is that you can't move, so there's no opportunity to close the gap and use your close quarters weapons early, which essentially renders the melee attribute worthless. Your only option is to sit there and get murdered. But don't get me wrong, I like the fighting in this game. It's ludicrously unforgiving and utterly frustrating, but it creates an atmosphere of desperate dread, which is really what The Glow is all about. If you're looking for someone to hold your hand, go sit next to the creepy bastard with 3 teeth on the night bus. Here is what fucking happens if you bring a fistful of pebbles to a shotgun fight. Your face ends up behind your stupid fucking body. No, instead of throwing down with every roving gang of nutjobs you come across, you'll have to either sneak past them or find another route, which becomes ever more frantic when you're out of food, out of sanity pills and in dire need of rest. There are some slight advantages you can give yourself by scavenging or trading for. Traps will instantly kill anything that steps on them, alarm clocks can be used to lure your opponents away from vital supply points or exits, and sleeping pills allow you to scout the surrounding areas without fear of being ambushed. Slowly you'll build up a decent armory, along with a small party of allies, and be able to stride through the streets with impunity, gunning a bloody path for any fucker that looks at you funny. And as satisfying as that is, that's really the granite ceiling in the Glow. The game starts as difficult as it's ever going to be, which means that the very beginning of it is the most challenging point. As soon as you've got your own gang and your own stable food and medication supply, it's essentially over. The plot is threadbare and the different characters all have the same dialogue and reactions to one another, which, for as small a game as it is, really represents a lost opportunity for me. The randomization of the map, rooms and items gives the Glow a fair amount of replay value, but it also means that there are scenarios that are either ridiculously easy by merit of acquiring a gun and a truckload of ammo in the first 30 seconds, or impossibly difficult by way of your entire starting area hosting swarms of enemies that you cannot avoid. Sometimes they'll let you go if you pay them a forfeit of food, other times they'll just troll the shit out of you. With all that said, the Glow is worth a recommendation, especially if you're into your hardcore roguelikes. It squanders its true potential in sometimes criminal fashion, but the heart of its merciless mechanics, the act of gradually arming yourself to the teeth to crush those who forced you to scurry through the alleys and the shadows, picking up bins and breaking into shops, stealthily cleaning out apartments while avoiding their inhabitants, that core gameplay is ridiculously addictive enough to carry it. I truly hope it's developed further, because like a fragrant rose sprouting from a mountain of horseshit, something wonderful could come from this.